Topaze analysis tools in unconventional resources. This video will show the use of diagnostic tools to obtain match parameters to feed the analytical and numerical models in Topaze. The diagnostic tools for the fractured horizontal well model in a homogeneous reservoir without boundaries have been selected. Go through the flow regimes as seen on the log-log derivative plot. Here, observe an initial linear flow representing flow within the fractures. An infinite conductivity fracture is assumed for the match lines. Next, observe interference across the fractures, resulting in a unit slope line which denotes an equivalent stimulated reservoir volume, SRV. Finally, radial flow stabilization occurs, which denotes flow from the reservoir to the fractures. In reality, this is never achieved due to the low permeability in unconventional reservoirs. Show the tool parameters resulting from these diagnostic match lines. At early time, corresponding to linear flow, the product of the permeability, the number of fractures, and square of individual fracture half-length fixes the position of the half-unit slope line. Moving the half-unit slope line changes the fracture half-length, number of fractures, as permeability is fixed by the final radial flow stabilization line. Also observe a change in the number of fractures since the fracture half-length is changing to keep the permeability fracture half-length squared product constant. The user has the flexibility to impose any of the parameters by deselecting the box. Here fix the length of the well. The final radial flow stabilization is only influenced by the matrix permeability. Since final radial flow stabilization is never detected, impose a permeability value as obtained from other sources. The total number of clusters is known to be 150. Since there are 30 stages and 5 clusters per stage in this example, this will be fixed at 150. Manually adjust the early time half-unit slope match line to update the value of the fracture half-length. Using the time interval selection, select data points on any plot in the analysis workspace to see the corresponding points on all activated plots. Select the period corresponding to linear flow on the log-log plot to see the corresponding points on other plots. Observe that this corresponds to a few months post-production. This concludes this video on diagnostics in Topaze.